Paul Gilbert, Marketing Manager at Myriad Advisor Solutions. You have a strategy to help financial advisors make the most of AEO, Answer Engine Optimization. So my first question for you is, what exactly is the difference between SEO and AEO, and why should financial advisors care?
Well, hi, Chris. That's a really good question. So if we look at the difference between SEO and AEO, um, really it's almost the difference between um, going to the library and having a conversation. So when SEO is very much you go to a library and you look up a specific thing or a specific item, and it's very short, concise pieces of information that are being used to structure that query or to find out about things, right? So it's restaurants near me or financial advisors in Omaha. And that's the SEO side of it. And with SEO, there's also the technical side. You'll hear things like meta description, titles, keywords, all of those different things. All of that comes into play in the search engine optimization side. On the answer engine optimization side, what we're really talking about there is what we're seeing with AI and those long language models like chat, GPT, OpenAI's and stuff, Perplexity, Gemini, all of those different things. And AI those systems are different. It's a conversation. What do I look for in a financial advisor? Who is the best financial advisor near me? What kind of financial advisors have 529 plans or just those types of things that we see? And it's very conversational and it's very long language model, long queries, and more conversational. So it's really taking the place of talking to somebody like a friend or somebody like that about those financial planning decisions. The result of that is that as you look at what AEO does, the click-through rate for AEO generated answers is 14% higher than search. And you look at what's been happening in that world, search is still important. Don't get me wrong. I mean, SEO, there's still over half of what you do, or over half of those results for financial advisors are coming from SEO. But those numbers are changing drastically all the time. And it's it's startling to see how much of that is really happening in terms of um, the depth of what AI is doing right now in terms of people going to that for answers. So,
And so, with that in mind, how can financial advisors and their firms start appearing more consistently and in a relevant way in AI platforms such as ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity, and so on?
okay. So really what we're looking at here is to show up in those AEO or those AI platforms, you really have to clarify the who, what, and where. And it really boils down to the content that you put on your page. So be clear about who you are, be clear about what niche you serve, and be clear about where you operate. So again, really basic marketing principles, but talk about who you are, talk about who your ideal customer is, and talk about where you serve those customers. And when you're structuring content for AI to recognize it, structure things that use questions as headings. So, which customers do we serve? How do we set ourselves apart from other advisors? Those types of things. And follow those questions up with good supporting detail. The more content that AI sees, the better it does with providing those answers to people who are searching for things. You also want to publish beyond your website because AI takes a much broader view of search than SEO does. So these long language models are really going all over the internet and looking at what's on LinkedIn and community Q&As and guest posts and other things that you do with your content, get it out into other platforms. Also, you want to prioritize high intent topics for your business. So things like retirement planning for business owners, if that's your niche, you really want to emphasize those things. Um, The other part of the AI and AEO optimization that is very helpful is the technical side of that, which is schema. So, and that's something we work with clients on a lot. But it's essentially taking those lessons that you learn and then the things we talk about in terms of content and putting that into the schema, which is in the website in the website code, that then lets those long language models understand what you're saying and prompts them to dig deeper. So, um, you know, the schema to focus in on organization, tell people who you're, tell those AI models what your company is, what it does, where it is. Um, the services schema as well, designate your industry, designate those types of things. And then also have the schema in place for articles, especially blogs, and for FAQs as well. Now, in terms of that content, blogs and FAQs, and these are two things that really, if you want to make leaps and bounds over other financial advisors or over your competitors in this area, those two things can really help you immediately. That is, the FAQs, tuning those to AEO will immediately drive results in terms of citations and other things that you find from those models. And the other thing is creating a depth of content, especially from the call it blogging, but newsletters and other things that relate to you, relate to your business, and show those solutions. If you have those in place right now, you are markedly further ahead than your competitors. And what we do at Myriad is help people align those things with their business to get the best results. So.
And finally, more broadly speaking, what are the full range of services at Myriad Advisor Solutions?
So Myriad Advisor Solutions really gives you a one-stop shop, and I know that's a little cliche, but it really is the truth in this case for financial advisors and other people who are looking to start their own business or have assistance with their business. I mean, our core area is financial advisors, and within that area, we help with technology. We're a technology provider, telecommunications, HR, all of those different things that you need to run a business, legal, real estate. We provide solutions for that. And that includes marketing. We have a full service marketing agency that we work with clients every day on everything from digital marketing, website development to print materials to billboards. We cover it all, which makes it nice for advisors because you have one client to deal with instead of, or one customer, uh, one company to deal with instead of three or four or 50, depending on how things go. So,
Paul, thank you very much for your time.